This is a quick video tutorial on how to calculate basic ratios using the data that we downloaded from the SEC. So some of the sheets were hidden here because they weren't needed at the current time. So what we're going to do is let's create a new sheet, and we can do that in Windows using Shift F11. You could also just right click on the bottom and say Insert New Sheet. From there, you either double click or right click again and give it a name. So we'll call this ratios. So let's set up our table, and we'll say ratios in cell B2. We'll put formula in the C column, and then in D, we'll keep it the way it downloaded, which is 2023 first and 2022 second. So the ratios that we'll pull for this class, we'll do current ratio, we'll do profit margin, we'll do total asset turnover, and we will do debt to equity. To make it a little easier for us to see, if you highlight everything, you could do Shift down arrow, and the shortcut key is Alt-H-O-I. You'll automatically fit the column width. So formula for current ratio, of course, is current assets divided by current liabilities. Profit margin, net income over sales. Total asset turnover is just sales over total assets. And debt to equity in this case was defined as total liabilities divided by total equity. Again, to make it a little easier to see, we could highlight everything. Alt-H-O-I will allow us to see it better and format it for us. So we're going to first start with 2023. And to get there, to open the formula to do this very basic calculation, we're going to need is the equal sign. That tells Excel we're ready for a formula, we're ready for a calculation. And then both of the current assets and current liabilities are in the balance sheet. And so we could get there either by using the mouse and clicking, or control page down or up to get to the sheet. In this case, I'll use control page down. And we want to grab current assets. So let's find where that is. Here, in this case, is total current assets. So I'll go over to that, which is B9. And then we'll do a division sign under the question mark. And we want total liabilities. So let's find total liabilities. I'm sorry, current liabilities, not total liabilities. And here's that. And total current liabilities. If we scroll over, we could just hit Control R. Because they were right next to each other, Excel is smart enough to say, okay, go from B9 to C9. Go from B24 in the second part of this to C24. And so we've done that calculation. Profit margin we'll do as a percentage. So net income and sales will both be on the income statement. So to start it, we're going to do equals, and then control page down or click on the income statement. And we are going to find net income, which in this particular, for Microsoft, was A13. And we go over to the current number, which is 2023. We're going to divide by. We could do arrows to get everywhere. We could use our mouse. Arrows is probably quicker. Revenue and sales we'll use interchangeably for the purposes of this demonstration. So we'll find the revenue figure and hit enter. So profit margin 34%. Again, we can just hit Control R because they are right next to each other, so we don't have to redo the formula. Total asset turnover, sales divided by total assets. So sales, of course, is on the income statement again, total assets on the balance sheet. So let's do an equals. And let's go down to sales. In this case, we'll do 2023 divided by. Now we can either control page down or click on the balance sheet and scroll down until we find total assets. Here it is, in this case, A16. So we go over to B16, which the number is, and enter. Now we can wait till the end of Control R just to copy it over to the right, but we're fine doing it like this. Debt to equity, final one, total liabilities to total equity in this case. So both balance sheet items, final equals, and then go to the balance sheet, go to total liabilities, and divide it by total stockholders' equity, which we have right here in row 37. So we're going to go over to B37 and hit enter. Final one, Control R. Some of these, if you wanted to clean up, for example, current assets to current liabilities, we might go to D3 here, shift right arrow, and then you could do it one of two ways. You could either use where this number, this pre-built number format is, or you could do the Control-1 shortcut key. And in this case, we'll do number and we'll set it to 2. Profit margin, those typically percentages. So again, shift right arrow and then Control-1 is our shortcut key, and we will go down to percentage. 2 decimal places, probably what we want to see here. So just click OK. And you could follow that process based on what you're doing. So to clean it up even a little bit more, we could go, let's highlight the first row and make it bold with Control-B. And then we'll highlight everything and we'll put a border around it. So we'll say Alt-H, B, and let's do T for thick outer border. That looks a little bit better now. And then we're going to highlight the first row again. And this time, I'll just use the mouse to show you where it would have been. It would have been right here. So we'll do fill color black. And in order to see the lettering again, we'll go over and do font color white. Still looks a little better. And then we will do, we'll clear up the background. So we'll look at view and we'll get rid of the grid lines. And I think that looks nice. So that concludes the demonstration for the basic ratios. Hopefully this was helpful. If you need any additional information, please feel free to reach out to gbfi@wpunj.edu. Thank you.